I'm not sitting in the back seat. You need to get out. You gonna sit in the back seat today? You need to get out. I'm not sitting in the back seat.
My mom's coming, so I don't know if you have to get it. What you mean?
What do you mean you're not coming?
It's not that deep. Just sit in the back seat.
To say, I mean, definitely the aim is to have a great relationship and to encourage a good relationship, balanced relationship, and to establish boundaries where your wife understands the love you have for your mom. And
again, we're back. Now, as Witter say, his mother take precedence. Kimara said his wife. Question, Kimara. How you have a balance with that relationship?
with my wife and mom?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you have to set boundaries, right? The duties of my wife and the duties of my mom is completely separate, right? Even though, I was asking my wife a question earlier, and my 6-year-old responded and said, well, basically they're both the same, because in his eyes, my wife is his mother, and obviously his mother is my wife. So he's saying it's the same thing. So what you not understand. But yeah, you have to set boundaries, because at the end of the day, obviously your mother bring you into this world. There's a lot of love and respect. But at the same time, when you choose to leave from the comfort of your mom's bosom and go to your wife, then, you and your wife become one, and then that's a partnership that you have to work on, right? And in order for it to work, she has to feel secure in herself to know that, you have her best interest and she has your best interest, right? If, once you make that unity, because I am one of the persons that have actually taken the marriage vows and I understand how this works, speaking from experience, it is a specific, what you call it, covenant where you and your wife join into, where you say, well, you guys are going to be one, and it's going to be a team, Kemar and my wife's name. That is the name of the team going forward, right? So again, setting boundaries, that is definitely how it works. But just want to say, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I love my mother. She has been there for, for me through thick and thin. And obviously, she has done a lot for me in my life. So I don't see a scenario where I will be leaving her out in the cold or not taking care of her if she's sick or something like that. Despite what Witter says, definitely, I definitely would, will ensure that she's okay. And she's been okay. We have a great relationship and everything. But, just,
Action over words, right?
answering the question honestly. That's what
but actions over words, because you take care of your mom.
Action over words.
Yeah. Witter. No.
Yes.
You said your wife. You said your mother. I'm sorry. Now, how do you balance that relationship between your mother and your wife?
All right. So there are two different titles. Both love you, which is the subject. So therefore, each title take its precedence. So that's why I said it's to choose is crazy, but my precedence would start there. So if I was striking a balance, because they both have a different title, they have different duties, or they take different precedence in your life. So my mom duty is to be a mom, and a lot of times we understand that persons who say that they love us, they will make decisions saying that they make decisions because they love us, but sometimes those decisions could affect us in different ways. But striking that balance, saying, Mommy, you're probably not like wifey, but me love wifey. So I'm gonna ask you to be respectful. Sure, you can have your opinion, but be respectful of the opinion. Wifey, you're probably not like mommy, but that's my mommy. That's my life giver, a life bringer rather. So I want you to make sure that you are respectful just the same. So you see, respect is what carry it all now. I always choose respect over love. Because you see these love nowadays, people cry and say them love you and stab you right in the back. They'll cheat on you, do anything. But it's when somebody respects you, they make sure that they do nothing to damage your reputation or to affect you. So that's what I strike the balance by instilling respect.
Wait up. Seems as if you and your mother have a good relationship. I'm gonna change the table a little bit. What if you and your mother never have such a great relationship?
All right, so let's say the relationship with mommy is not always perfect. I would want to say hi to her.
No. I'm not saying if it wasn't. I'm saying you and your mother have a great relationship. You said that before. Like, she take care of you, she do certain things.
Mm.
For those viewers out there that's watching this, and they
don't
don't
have
have a
to
good relationship with their mother, like you, and you want to give them a word of advice, what would you say to them? And it come to a case where mother and wife get involved. What advice would you give to that individual?
You probably don't have that relationship or that bond with your mom, but respect the fact that she's a life bringer. You know what I mean? And it all comes down to respect. Once you said mommy respectfully, you weren't there if you weren't supposed to be, or if I'm bringing you back in my life and this is my wife, I want you to understand the boundary and don't ever disrespect my family. So I would say to them still, if you don't have that type of energy with your mom, try to work it out in some ways. She don't have to be a part of your immediate life, but times and times I see persons that just whisper away like that. And when they do, that's when we are saying, boy, I should have given it a second chance. I should have tried to work it out. I should have tried to fix it. So once that person is alive, try to work on it, try to fix it. You can't have a perfect relationship because nothing is perfect. There will be times when you have to just, as Q stated, remember that you were the crown and set the boundaries. But try to work it out with your mother or your father or whatever. And if in any cases, sometimes we as child, we don't understand that sometimes too young, we don't really know the story why mommy and daddy wasn't together or whatever the case. But once you become of age, try to build that relationship for yourself. Try to find out that person for yourself. That would be my encouragement.
Kemar, we know the decision you make, right? But this is the question to you. We know you love your mother, but you're also a family man. Not for you. This question is not for you. But for an individual who has his mother in his life and is having his lovely wife, but they don't get along. But you realize the kids are being affected. What advice would you give that individual? Like the mother said, the wife is saying, I don't want the kids to go over the house. What would you say to that individual as a man? Common sense, make it make sense.
No, 100. So, at the end of the day, I think it's very important for kids to have their grandparents in their life as well, because the interaction you have as a father is different from the interaction you have as a grandparent. Speaking from experience, right? It's a different experience, right? So definitely, I feel like that's important for them to have both individuals in their life, right? So, if your wife can't understand that, then definitely that's something that you guys have to work on. So what that means, seeking professional help, or you probably can look into some self-help stuff that's available for free online. But definitely, she should get to a point where she understands that, okay, the kids need to have a relationship with their grandparents as well. Not just the immediate parents, but also the grandparents, right? It doesn't mean that she's going to come over the house and stay and spend the whole day. But if it even means that, because you have that relationship with your mom, so when you go to look for your mom, you bring the kids with you and ensure they have an active relationship. When the mother call you, you get them, you put them on the phone and say, oh, listen, your grandmother on the phone, talk to her for a second, and that kind of thing. Now, there are toxic relationships out there where the mother will actively seek to, put some sort of separation between the grandparent and the child, where it's like, don't talk to her, if you see her talk to her, you get beaten or whatever the case is, right? So there's definitely that. And again, in situations like that, try to seek some help to see if, because, obviously that is not the right way to do things, right? So try to find a way where you can get help to bring yourself to understanding where you're okay with, them having that relationship, because obviously that is the right way to do it.
Waiter,
Mhm.
not to you, but if someone is watching this video, a young man, and their mother is not in a stable relationship, but she's giving that child relationship advice, do you think that child should listen? That young man should listen to his mom? And why?
What a spinning twist. Yo, you see that one over there? So I don't want to be contradicting to what I just said to Jackson. I've stated to
Not for you, for the young man.
yeah, but I did,
Random young
I didn't make
person.
I didn't make a statement on it. So I'm just saying that I do believe that a lot of persons will give excellent advice. Because at times I myself will be going through a difficult time and persons lean on me because I'm the strong one to provide some form of advice. And I'll give them the best advice, I tell you. But currently, I myself needed that type of energy. So, no, I don't think because someone is not in a relationship, you can't be relatable and give advice. I think if that person is a logical person, and you see that person over the years of someone that is responsible in many ways, they can give opinion. As Jackson stated, we won't go ahead and take it for salvation. It's for you, a lot of people being in your ears back and forth. It's for you to weigh the pros and cons and see which one best fit your situation.
So basically you're saying advice is something freely given. We have to take it with a grain of salt.
Yes.
Gentlemen, love the reasoning. Love the reasoning. Now, for me, you don't choose your family, but you do choose your wife. Right? So if you're watching this, just remember that. You do choose your wife. So that simple means you have certain control over certain things because you have control over who you pick. And you, let me do this. You're the man, you're supposed to wear the crown, right? But you also have to give your wife the crown. It's not a one-way stream. Your wife is your wife. But your mother is also a part of your life. You never choose your mother, regardless of whatever situation. And I do believe you can learn from other people's mistake. So if a man say, yeah, girl in the corner, and him get robbed, but him and a police, him and a security, him don't know how to defend himself. But him say, watch yourself. As what the general him just said, you can learn from it. You know what I mean? You can learn from it. So don't be hasty and be the type of person where not open to suggestions and opinion. But you also have to remember, you did not choose your mother, but you did choose your wife. So you're supposed to have a certain control over a certain situation, and she is supposed to have a certain control over a certain situation. Comparison steals joy. And not to think so would be naive. There should be no comparison between your mother and your wife. No.
Married.
Yes. It's supposed to come together. One. Now, if the youth them don't know the root, they won't go see the fruit. You don't know where you come from, you can't know where you're going.
Can't know the truth.
but also it doesn't define you. But you can learn from it. Common sense make it make sense. No, we're not gonna burn up the thing and keep it. We're open to our viewers. If there's a topic that you would like us to discuss that means something to you, you could drop it in the comment section. Right, gentlemen?
100%.
Yeah, man. Happy New Year, everybody.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Mr. Jackson, back to you. Because I know there's a few things that you want to discuss as well.
No, man, I think you guys said it. I don't know if there's anything left to say. I mean, definitely the aim is to have a great relationship and to encourage a good relationship, balanced relationship, and to establish boundaries where your wife understand the love you have for your mom and your mom understand the love you have for your wife, and they know the part that they play in your life. So definitely, we want to encourage good relationships. If you're struggling, obviously try to get some help. But I hope you found this podcast or the information here today beneficial. Again, this is not legal advice. This is just our opinions. We're giving our opinions on topics. So, as Q said, if you have any type of, if you have any questions or anything you want us to discuss, let us know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Do all of those YouTube things. Until next time. Common sense makes it make sense. Big up on the Cheers until next time, right?
That's it.